I updated that to 34 billion, but at 25 billion, I quoted, very prominent analyst Michael Nathanson as saying it's not, quote, patently crazy. I think at 34 billion, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is patently crazy.
Jim, we're above that now, up 15%.
And now we're up.
You see that? We're close to now the 40 billion that Jim Cramer actually was saying we might hit on its first day of trading. That's kind of where we are right now.
Well, I'd like to take these numbers to some of these rational market theorists and just say, tell me what is rational about this. I mean, by any metric, this thing is just off the charts. Let's forget profits. Let's forget revenues. Let's even forget daily average users, because you can buy Facebook way, way cheaper than this and get all of that. So all we're looking at here is average revenue growth per user. And to start to get at some of these values, 25 billion, 30, 34, we're getting up even above there. They have to have astronomical monetization of this thing. I mean, like 400% next year. They were saying maybe they'll get to 1 billion, but to get to these numbers, you've got to get to 3 and 4 billion by 2018. And 8 billion by 2020. I mean, I guess anything is possible, but why would anyone expect this? It would be incredible.
Maybe because the conversations we're having about it now are the things people said about Facebook 3 years ago.
Well, but remember, Facebook investors were cool to that. People were very skeptical of Facebook. It faltered in the opening. It went down for a while. It took a while to gain traction. People were very worried about the transition to mobile. Facebook was pretty rational, at least with the benefit of hindsight. This thing is so far off the chart. And what kind of amazes me about it is Facebook didn't have any real serious competition when it came out. This thing is staring at Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, and Facebook salespeople cross-sell all these products. And Instagram has shown it can be quite nimble at copying things like the story,
One of the things I like that you pointed out, it's interesting to think through, is the revenue per user. Talk a little bit about what we're, for this kind of valuation, how much revenue per user we're talking about for Snapchat versus these others.
Well, in the year, there's no question that Snapchat can grow that revenue considerably. They were very late to start monetizing this. They leaped from, I don't know, they had a huge revenue growth over the last year. They're making it a little under $6 in the U.S. per average user. Facebook makes a little over 12, so they could double that revenue and reach the Facebook level. But they're trading at a revenue multiple of 6 times Facebook. I mean, doubling it doesn't get them anywhere close to this. They've got to quadruple and sextuple that kind of revenue. I don't see how that is possible. The other question is, can they grow their users? There's concern about that. There are only like 72 million people in the U.S. 18 to 35. So and they've already got like 68 million of them, which I found an amazing statistic. But unless they can break out and start getting the old fogies like, me to go on there, they've got to find, I don't know how they broaden that demographic.
Well, they can't go global as well. I mean, they already are global because clearly they're well above that number you just said.
They are. They do have, and I will say, a fascinating thing about it, and look, people do invest in stories. Tesla is not going to be making any money anytime soon, and yet the stock trades up there. I'm not saying the stock is going to plummet or anything, but it is a story. And part of the story is that they have brought us into a post-language world. You don't need to speak any particular language to be sharing these photos. China, Russia, there's no language barrier because there's no language. And what kind of world is that going to be? It's kind of hard to get your head around it, but if that's going to be the world we're living in, maybe this is going to be huge. I don't know, but we're basically talking science fiction here.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.